に座ろうか。
そうなん
No, 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 no. Keep doing what you're doing.
Divertiveness. you.